Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm actually not going to be doing a video that is wrestling related. I am going to be reacting to a young girl by the name of Jaiden Animations. Now, I've never watched any of her videos before. She made a video, an animation video. I'll actually link this in the description, or maybe I'll even pin it in the comment section so then you guys can go watch this yourself, because you guys are not going to see what's going on, and I feel like it's best that way if I don't, so now I don't get copyrighted, but you know. So I feel like doing it this way is better. You'll be able to hear what's going on. So if you guys want to watch it yourself, I'll definitely link it in the description down below. And as I said, I've seen other people talk about this video, saying it's very popular, and we'll dive right in. Also, before we dive right in, I'm gonna straight up say I've never done a Nuzlocke in my entire life. I've seen people play Nuzlocks. They are stressful. Doing a Nuzlocke in Pokemon, for those who have no idea what a Nuzlocke is, a Nuzlocke in Pokemon, well, she actually explains it at the start. I'm very well aware she would have explained the rules. But just simple Nuzlocke rules is catch one Pokemon. If they faint, they die. You can't use them anymore. And you nickname your Pokemon. Those are the basic 3 rules. You can add in your own things if you want, I guess. I guess that's one thing you could do. But we'll dive right in. I've never done a Nuzlocke, so I wouldn't be able to give you guys any of my honest opinions on how I would have handled the situations. But hey, maybe we'll discuss some things as we go along. So I'm not gonna make this too high, so we'll put this volume at like medium. Anyway, so let's begin. Anyway, as I said, I'll link the video in the description. So let's begin with I attempted a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke.
So if you're new here, hi. I've done this before. Last year I made a video about my first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke, and the game I played in it was Pokemon Ruby.
Love Pokemon Ruby, one of my favorite games.
It's fun, so here I am again, doing another. But this time I attempted to Nuzlocke Pokemon Platinum. I'll explain again super quickly how a Nuzlocke works. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your Pokemon so you grow more attached to them.
Yep, those are the basic rules of a Nuzlocke. Even I know that, for a guy that's never done them.
If you still don't understand, that's not my problem. Let's get started.
Yeah, that is like a guy in the back, and it's like, I got a question. Oh, like something like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically the rules of a Nuzlocke.
Oh boy, this was my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. Pokemon! So my friend and neighbor Barry is practically dragging me all over the place with his hyperactive squirrel brain, frantically trying to get a Pokemon as soon as possible from this Professor Rowan he saw on TV.
Oh, Barry. I can't... In your opinion, who is the worst Pokemon rival? I'd probably have to say Barry. I'd probably have to say it'd be Barry, because I wasn't really a big fan of him. This was the generation where they started the whole, oh, let's just do friendly rivals, because Generation 1 had Gary and Generation 2 had Silver, but he looked a lot like Paul. If you guys know who Paul is from the Pokemon anime, he was Ash's rival in the original Sinnoh games. He looked a lot like Paul, so they named him Silver. So, yeah, and they were like the only 2 rivals, and then Gen 3, up until Sword and Shield, they had, you know, nice and friendly rivals. Ooh, it's a bit late at night, but, you know, this won't take too long.
He drags me out to Route 201 and is about to leap into the tall grass when, hold it! You guys know going into the tall grass is practically a death wish, right? What you're doing is basically suicide. Borderline insanity. What absolute moronic lunatics you are. Have you no respect for your lives? Do you have any Pokemon? No. Do you want thought so.
I like that. In Platinum, like Professor Rowan is like very angry at you for just running into the grass without wild Pokemon, and then he's all like, "You want a Pokemon? Here you go." I just think that's funny.
And like that, I have a Turtwig.
Turtwig, that's an interesting choice. All three, I actually like all three starters in Generation 4. Turtwig's an interesting choice. Chimchar is the best option, and I think Piplup is the second best option. I think Turtwig was like the worst option, but not too bad, not too terrible. I've beaten the game with a Turtwig once.
I named him Turt and immediately used him to bash in Barry's Chimchar. I was making my way through the routes, but right as I was about to nab the Shinx I found on 202. Don't kill it. Nope!
Oh, I critted. Bloody hell. Okay, in a Nuzlocke, this is a bit of an issue, but in a regular playthrough, that's not a problem. In a regular playthrough, that's not a problem. You can always just re-encounter it again and catch it. But in a Nuzlocke, you gotta find one Pokemon, and if you fail to catch it, you can't get another Pokemon in that route. So, tough luck, and she lost a Shinx. And Shinx is actually a pretty good Pokemon, which is a bit of a shame.
So, no Shinx for us. But that's alright. Shinx isn't that great this early anyway. Then I locked eyes with our first trainer. The first battle. Let's see how we fare against youngster Tristan and his level 5 Starly. Oh my god. So in the first trainer battle I ever fought, I almost immediately lose my starter to a critical hit. Why do I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this?
Well, she's not wrong. Oh god. Oh, I would hate to Nuzlocke a game. Literally, I would really hate to Nuzlocke Pokemon. Because you got critical hits to worry about. Oh my god. And more importantly, when you got a Nuzlocke, you gotta like prepare. You gotta know what's coming. So for a person like me who's never Nuzlocked a Pokemon game before, man, I could probably, like I said, I've watched people do Nuzlocks. Oh my god, that would just be terrifying to know that you could have lost right at the start. Like, that would have been really sad.
Nevertheless, we kept going onward through Jubilife City, where we caught Kronk the Zubat in the cave above Route 204, and Magikarp on 218.
Zubat, I never really was a fan of Zubat, but hey, but hey, she couldn't get a Starly because she already, used her encounters. So, I guess if you didn't get a Starly, then I guess... boy. As I said, it's a bit late. But I guess if you didn't get like a Starly, then I guess Zubat's like a next best choice. I know a lot of people like Crobat, but it's just friendship evolution. That's the only problem with it.
I'm Magikarp. Your name is Puppy.
She got a Magikarp too, which is actually one of the worst Pokemon, but if you evolve it into a Gyarados, it's like unstoppable.
Just outside the city, Barry runs up and demands another battle, so I happily bash in his Chimchar again. And his Starly too. I kept on my way, eventually arriving in Orberg City, and nervously challenged Rourke. I was terrified of his Granados, but Turt landed a crit Razor Leaf and one-shot it before it could even do anything. So that's badge number 1 for us. I made it to Floroma Town and was really excited.
And I like the animation too. It's like an animation video, and then like the Razor Leaf like cut its head off. That's pretty funny.
Because if you didn't know, outside the Valley Woodworks you can find Shellos. And if you didn't know, again, I love Shellos.
I can't say the same thing, Jaiden. I can't say the same thing. I never really used the Shellos, so I guess, I can't really talk. Maybe if I used one, maybe I would appreciate it more. But hey.
I ran straight to the grass to get my Shellos encounter, and... I'm not gonna pass up an encounter, so I very depressingly caught the Shinx and named it Failure.
Hi, my name is Failure. Oh, poor Shings.
to vent my sadness and frustration over not getting a slug. While there, we found Team Galactic messing around, stealing electricity, and this little girl's dad. So I beat up the grunt guarding the door, broke in, beat up the grunts in the building until Turd evolved, then found Galactic Commander Mars at the end of the corridor, who I was...
Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is like one of the most terrifying early fights in Pokemon. Normally, whenever you're like, this is like after the this is just after she got the first badge. I don't think there is a battle more stressful right after the first gym than this battle with Mars. Like literally, when I played Diamond when I was young, I could not believe how terrifyingly strong Pure Ugly was. And Pure Ugly is just, oh, it's just so bad. Like, I struggled so bad on this. And this is another reason why I wouldn't Nuzlocke, because this Pure Ugly is pure hell.
scared of because she's got a fat cat that hits like a semi-truck. But I had a plan. Back in the Orbrick Mines, I caught Dwayne the Onyx.
Dwayne the Onyx. I get it.
And I brought him to the fight because in case things got dicey, I would switch him in to buy time and heal up my other Pokemon. Basically, Dwayne was death fodder. Turd took out Mars' Zubat, and when Purugly came out, Krunk plucked off the orange.
That's another thing about Nuzlocks. Sometimes you gotta use a Pokemon as like a sacrifice.
Berry was holding, but she got hit pretty hard in the process, and since Turd needed a bit of healing before he could get back into it, Dwayne can take a scratch. Look at that. Dwayne is fine. He's fine, guys. Don't pull the sad nose for Dwayne. Dwayne's fine. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Oh my god!
Lived on one.
Alright, I'll give him that. Dwayne gets to live.
Yay! Dwayne The Rock Johnson gets to live. Yes, that was the reference of why she called it Dwayne.
Somehow, when Dwayne was supposed to die, he hung in there on 1 HP. And you know what? I respected the hell out of him for it.
He showed you why he was the people's champ.
I let Dwayne live, and Turt was able to take out the Purugly. What a legend. But then,
yeah, he's definitely a legend.
And I put him back in the box and moved on. In Mount Coronet, I caught a Bronzor named Big Boy, which...
Bronzor, that's another Pokemon I've never really used. Big Boy.
I happily added to the team. And right before Gardenia's gym, Krunk evolved, which meant no mercy for those flower ladies. Badge number 2. We slashed the guard bushes in front of the Galactic building and ran up all the stairs where we fought Galactic Commander Jupiter. Let's take a look at how that went.
Oh my god, why? Like, why were these Team Galactic bloody... I wouldn't call them grunts. Commanders, that's what they're called. Why were they so difficult? Like, seriously, like, these were so damn difficult. Like, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, they just upped the ante with difficulty. Because not even Team Magma and Aqua were bad. Not even Team Rocket were terrifying. Team Galactic were one of the most intimidating teams just because of how deadly powerful they are. Skuntank and Pure Ugly are just insanely powerful. They're just insanely powerful so early, and Night Slash, the move is about to use here, has a high crit rate. It has a high crit rate, so she's gonna get critted like crazy in this battle.
No crit. No!
Yep, crit, yep. Oh, but lucky she lived, lucky. Oh, crit and the stun tanker survived just on 1 hit point, and oh my god, another crit! Holy cow!
We finally were able to beat her, but that fight really knocked the wind out of me. I was shaking on my way back to the Pokemon Center when this lady Cynthia shows up and is like, "Egg?
You want an egg?"
Yeah. Anyway, even meeting Cynthia wasn't enough to calm my nerves, so to keep my mind off the absolute tragedy we narrowly avoided...
Yeah, that was very lucky. I gotta give it to you, Jade. That was very, very lucky to survive that without losing a Pokemon.
Decided to start training up Big Boy on Cycling Road. And then he died.
Cycling Road? Oh, well, oh, poor Big Boy, he died. But, Cycling Road... There... Oh, I think she went to some of the trainers. So Big Boy dies.
I've practiced this game and...
Oh, critical hit, yeah. That's a bummer, and I don't understand why she would use a steel type against a fire type, but I think she's going to explain why.
So before you push up your anime glasses and tell me that steel is weak to fire, which I know, by the way.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
The reason I kept Big Boy in was because not only is his defense an iron wall, but he had heat proof, which negates his fire weakness.
Okay, heat proof, fair enough.
But then he got crit. So, first step.
It just showed that not even heat proof can help Bronzong even through a critical hit, even though I felt like the critical hit would have mattered. Oh man, like, she's been very unlucky. Like, every single time she's shown a battle, crits like crazy. She's been very unlucky.
I'm sorry, Big Boy. You never had the opportunity to become a big boy. I walked into Wayward Cave and found a Gibble.
Oh, Gibble! Are you serious? Your first encounter was a Gibble? Oh, they're so rare.
Gibble is an amazing Pokemon. It turns into Garchomp, which is easily one of, if not the strongest Pokemon in the game that
Oh, indeed it is.
isn't a legendary. Adding it to the team would give us such a huge advantage, and now there is nothing in my way between that and...
Crits. Grottle. Grottle crit the Gabite. Oh.
And we're moving on.
Sucks. That sucks. That's why and again, that's why Nuzlocke suck. You get one chance to get a Pokemon, and if your Pokemon crit it, it's gone forever.
We arrived in Hearthome City where I caught DeVito the Ralts, Kronk, and Puppy evolved.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Ralts is an alright Pokemon, but I don't agree with having it.
We had a clean win against Fantina, and some lady gave us an Eevee I named
Fantina, clean sweep, good job.
Milk. Things were starting to look better now. I was leveling up DeVito against trainers, and when fighting this lovey-dovey couple... let's go into Puppy. Get rid of them.
Pursuit.
Oh,
Oh, there goes Curlia. Dead to Pursuit.
You're kidding. You're kidding. And that's why I
Dead
hate love.
to Pursuit.
Shrimp the Scyther I caught on Route 210. Some good news, on Route 213...
She caught a Scyther on 210? I had no idea there were Scythers in Route 210 in Platinum. I haven't played Platinum in a long time. I never knew there were Scythers.
I finally found a Shellos. I named it Swoop, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I know you're not supposed to have a favorite child, but Swoop was my favorite child, and I wasn't apologetic about it. I trained it up, and now we got a Gastrodon. Turt ended up evolving too, so together with Kronk and Swoop, Maylene was defeated, and badge number 4 was secured. Outside of Pastoria City, I got a Quagsire named Lol, but when I went to get my Great Marsh encounter, I was trying to get a Yanma and accidentally threw a ball at a Wooper, so now we've got Lol and Oops in the box.
Okay, so shouldn't that be Dupes clause? Shouldn't that be Dupes? Now, again, I've never done a Nuzlocke, but as I said many times before, I have watched people do them. I'm pretty sure getting the same Pokemon twice, the same Pokemon in the same evolutionary line, I'm pretty sure that's Dupes clause. So I don't know why she accepted that she got a Wooper. I guess she
Then
just wasn't. I guess she wasn't playing with Dupe's clothes.
Crasher Wake with Milk, who is now a Jolteon with the TM Thunder I bought literally next door. I walked out of the gym and Team Galactic set off a bomb. I ran down the grunt who detonated it and took him out because he is weak. Cynthia appears again and tells me to bring a charm to her grandma. So I'm like, yes ma'am. We found her in Celestial Town along with Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic.
Oh, Cyrus, he's like one of the... He's a... Now, when I say terrifying, I mean, like, he's like one of the craziest bosses of an evil team.
Who starts some evil Shakespeare speech about how everything is imperfect, so he's gotta blow up the world or something. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. And then he wanted to fight. Puppy took out his Sneasel and I sent out Milk to take care of his Golbat. But Milk decided he wanted to be lazy and not only miss all his thunders, but also punch himself in the face.
Uh-oh. This doesn't look good for, doesn't look good for Milky Boy. Ooh.
You can't be doing this. Kronk came out and killed the...
Lived on 3 HP through the poison. She is so lucky that this isn't any other generation. Because in Generation 4, they get rid of the poison death. Because if you played from Gen 1 to Gen 3, if your Pokemon was poisoned outside a battle, they would die. But in Generation 4 and onwards, well, in Generation 4 specifically, when the Pokemon hits 1 HP due to poison, the poison will go away. Like, they'll say the Pokemon survived the poison and then you can heal it up. So, yeah, she's very lucky she's not playing any of the other games.
The Golbat because Milk was being difficult, but I gave him a second chance and he took out the Murkrow. Anyway, here's your Dusty Charm. I went out and caught a Magnemite in C, then arrived in Canalave City where we barged into Byron's gym and demolished his team with Swoop and Turd. Then Team Galactic sets off another bomb, this time at Lake Valor, so Barry, Professor Rowan's assistant Lucas, and I split up to check on the lakes.
I really like her animation. Her animation is really good.
As I'm strolling past all the flopping Magikarp, I run into Galactic Commander Saturn, who we swept the floor with. After that, we headed over to Lake Verity, where we did the exact same with Mars.
I like that animation. So Terra just kicks Mars in the face, and Lucas, the male character, is just like, okay.
There was a part where Turd got crit and almost died. Oh god. But we're fine, he's fine. Finally, we had to go check up on Barry
That's
at
lucky.
Lake Acuity, and after trekking
So many
6
crits,
feet of
I
snow
swear.
for like a mile, we get there to find Barry at the top of a cliff, like, ha ha ha, you can't climb rocks. Come back when you can climb rocks, loser. I'll go fight Candace's gym now, I guess. Now, we've been having some good type matchups with the past few gyms, so I haven't really been nervous about most of them, but Candace uses ice types, which, like, half my team
Oh yeah, she's got like ice type Pokemon.
is weak against. Which, you know, nervousness rising. Not only was
She's got a Torterra, a Crobat, a Sizzle, and a Gyarados. I'm sure you can handle it with a Gyarados, because Gyarados isn't really weak to ice, and Sizzle's fine. Bullet Punch, like, that's kind of fine.
I had a massive type disadvantage, but the main threats on her team were her Abomasnow because it hits like a truck and sets up hail, and her Frostlass because it'll use the hail from the Abomasnow to heighten its evasiveness with Snow Cloak, spam double teams, and then just sweep my team. I walked in,
Ooh, yeah,
took a
that's
deep
very
breath,
deadly.
which didn't make me feel better at all, and started the battle. Shrimp took out her Sneasel and Swoop took out her Piloswine, almost dying in the process, and then she finally brought out the big bad Abomasnow. Since it's grass ice type, I taught Puppy Fire Blast. Yeah, I didn't know.
A Gyarados learning Fire Blast. Okay, that's kind of believable. Like, I think that's I find that believable because Gyarados is supposed to be a dragon. So, yeah, I do think that's believable.
Anyway, I wasn't sure it could one-shot because Puppy's not a special attacker, and lo and behold, it didn't.
Well, I guess that does make sense. Because if it's not a special attacker, then it's not going to take it
Please
out.
kill it. Please, it's quad. It's quad. What?
Oh,
Eventually,
frig off. I hate that so much. I hate that so much when a Pokemon just lives on 1 HP. I hate that so much. That is just a pain in the ass. Like, you're so confident that you could kill a Pokemon, but then all of a bloody sudden, the Pokemon just barely lives, and it just irritates you. It's just really annoying, especially when they, you know, use full restores to heal up their Pokemon. So annoying. So annoying. Oh, man.
puppy took it out, but that was absolutely terrifying. Last but not
Good
least,
job.
Frostlass. I wanted to have Swoop Rain Dance to get rid of the hail so Frostlass's Snow Cloak isn't activated, but since Swoop was sitting at a not-so-chill 20 HP, that wasn't gonna work out super great. However, since I didn't want Kronk to be in this fight at all, right before the fight I swapped her with Failure the Shinx.
I know a lot of people, like, as far as I've seen, like, I've seen people react to this, so I have seen this, but I haven't reacted to it myself. I know a lot of people were quite upset with her killing off this Shinx. More importantly, not even using it. Like, I've seen a lot of people get upset about it because they're like, "Oh, Shinx is a great Pokemon. You know, Shinx is a good Pokemon," and they feel like she should have used it. Look, if she didn't want to use a Shinx, that's perfectly fine. Like, I use Shinx, I've used Luxray. I think it's a great Pokemon. If she wanted to use it as a sacrificial lamb, then I think she can do that. And yes, it's sad, but, you know, makes sense.
Yep. Sorry, little guy. Failure looked up at the looming death that was Frostlass in
Oh, look at the animation. Look at poor Shinx.
front of her, and as I healed up Swoop, Failure was killed in its blizzard. It's really unfortunate we had to resort to it, but I give Failure a salute for stepping up and surrendering its life to the team.
It has to be done. It has to be done. Especially if you want... She made the right call here. Like, she wanted her Gastrodon to do something, and she knew she didn't want to risk any of her other team members to take damage. So the best way to handle the situation is to bring a Pokemon that you don't want to have, and you can just use it as a sacrifice. Yes, it's Shinx, and I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Swoop came out, got off the rain dance, and after a close battle, was able to pull through. We won, but it wasn't without sacrifice. We had a moment of silence for Failure, the true MVP of the fight. Gone, but not forgotten. Now we can
Goodbye,
climb the rocks
Failure.
to Lake Acuity, and when we got up there,
You
Barry's
served
got
your purpose.
snot driven down his face, crying in the snow because he got beat up by Jupiter, who looks at me and is like, "See ya, I'm going to Veilstone HQ."
I could, hey, if Barry was Nuzlocking, he would have game overed for sure.
I'm gonna go to Veilstone. We started on the base trying to find Cyrus, but when fighting this scientist, psychic.
Oh no.
Porygon 2 freaks me out. It is way too powerful, way too bulky, and it's way too weird. I do like Porygon 2 though. I would like a plush of Porygon 2. Very cute. What?
Another crit! I swear to God. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that is such bullshit, man. That is such bullshit.
What?
Another bullshit crit. That's what you gotta hate about these. Like, crits happen all the time in Pokemon, and oh, it's just a pain in the ass. Again, this is why I wouldn't Nuzlocke. This is why I wouldn't do it, because oh, it's just a pain.
No! No! Swoop! We lost Swoop! I wasn't okay. Turn came out and curb stomped the Porygon 2 out of...
Curve stomped. Curve stomped. Where's the Seth Rollins animation? Like the Seth Rollins curve stomp. Whoop, boom. Like if I was an animator and if I had a Pokemon that had legs, that's probably how I would have animated when I said the word curve stomp. I'll make it look like it's like a Seth Rollins, like boom, curve stomp. Yeah, of course I gotta throw like a wrestling reference in there. Hey, she did it. She referenced wrestling by naming one of her Pokemon Dwayne. So I'm allowed to.
Out of vengeance, but to put it lightly, I wasn't taking that too well.
Understandably so.
My heart is breaking. I'm like actually sad. But life doesn't stop when you...
Hold up. What other Pokemon did she have in her PC?
Actually sad.
Alright. Oh, so these are the rest of the Pokemon she had in her party. She had a Psyduck, she had a Sneasel, she had a Badu, an Onix, and a Steelix. I don't understand why she didn't use Duke's Claws. Baneri, Meditite, Remoraid, Ponyta, Togepi, Snova, Cranidos, Chansey, Unknown, Rhyhorn, Girafarig, Hippopotas, or Hippopotas, however they pronounce it, Porygon, a Quagsire, and a Wooper, Pichu, Magnemite, Weasel, Snorunt. No, that's not Snorunt. That's Swinub, not Snorunt. Swinub and an egg. So that's what she had in her box.
But life doesn't stop when your dog dies, so I had to keep trucking and brought Lol the Quagsire to the team. With an intense, blood-curdling thirst for revenge, I stormed into Cyrus' room. Fight! Took out his team in no time. I snatched his Master Ball and used his teleport pad to enter the basement where myself and Yuxi are all being held captive. Fight! And like Cyrus, Saturn was swept too. After releasing the late
she's like out for revenge because her Gastrodon died. She's like, curse you, Team Galactic. And
we head to Mount Coronet because Cyrus wants to go there and destroy the planet, I think. And we catch up to him at the Sphere Pillar. Before we can run up and attack him, Mars and Jupiter step in. Then Barry arrives.
I hate this fight so much. This is another fight I really hated, where you had to fight both Mars and Jupiter. Like, you had to fight them so much. Like, you had to fight them so much, considering you had to be ready for that Pure Ugly and Skunk Tank all the time. It's like, but by this point you wouldn't be afraid of them. But damn, man, like they're just like, I struggled with this fight when I first played this.
I have no idea how he found us all here, and it's like, I'll help. Lol takes out both the Bronzors, Mars's Prugly, and Barry's Munchlax. So I thought, you know, it was all smooth sailing, right? Well, Barry. Really doing a lot for the team, aren't you? Oh my god, no, it has Giga Drain?
I actually knew that. I actually knew a Golbat could learn Giga Drain, because it happened to me when I played this game. Quagsire is basically dead, because that's 4 times as weak to grass. So, goodbye, Lol.
No.
Yeah.
It was a crit!
And it's another critical hit. Far out, man. She keeps getting critted all the time. I feel bad for her.
Golbat had Giga Drain for some reason, but it also got a crit. So I was starting to feel bad, but then I started panicking. The thing is, after you fight Mars and Jupiter, you have to go into the Distortion World and fight Cyrus and Giratina.
Oh, it's a lot worse if you're trying to play this on Diamond and Pearl, Jade. It's a lot worse. Trust me, if you're doing it, be grateful that you're doing this on Platinum, because at least you are able to not go into the Distortion World, because Cynthia actually asks you, like, are you ready to come in, and you can just easily say no. But in Diamond and Pearl, as soon as you beat Mars and Jupiter, you go straight into a battle with Cyrus. So she should actually be really glad she's not doing this on Diamond and Pearl.
Cynthia forces us into the Distortion World without us being able to get a new member. we're in massive trouble. We finished up the battle and Cyrus starts his whole spiel about how the world isn't perfect, blah blah blah, everything must die except for me. Then he gets swallowed up by Giratina.
Oh, the Giratina thing. The Giratina thing was so iconic in Platinum. Like, I know I'm pausing a lot and I'm talking a lot, but oh, the Giratina thing was so iconic. Like, when it comes into the screen on your DS, oh, it scared the shit out of me. Like, it would just jump, like, right in your face, like a jump scare. I was just thinking to myself, and I remember getting scared by that. It actually gets me all the time whenever I play Platinum. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, that is horrifying. But anyway, I will try not to stop as much, just to get through this.
Rip in space leading to the distortion world, and I'm kind of just standing off to the side, twiddling my thumbs like, Cynthia, please don't shove me in there without my consent. Cynthia, can I go? I have something to do. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready? No, I'm not. Let me go. I'm free. Holy crap. Get me out of here. Goodbye. I'm sorry, lol. We just got you, and then you died. But luckily, remember when I accidentally caught that whooper while trying to get a Yanma? It's time, Oops. You are no accident. You're our lucky star who will carry us to victory. We got Oops leveled up, came back to the spear pillar where Cynthia was just sitting there waiting for us, and hopped in. Everything is topsy-turvy and the Lake Guardians are telling me to push boulders into holes. And suddenly I'm on a floating crest of land with Cynthia, who's basically like, Cyrus, get lost and never come back. And Cyrus didn't like that. So he came at me. Oops took out his Houndoom and...
This was definitely... Oh, this fight is really annoying. And secondly, why the hell would Cynthia not bother to fight Cyrus? She's like the champion, and she's like just standing there watching you fight. Like fight Cyrus. It's just ridiculous and stupid.
And his Gyarados came out, so I switched to Milk. But I was very terrified because Cyrus's Gyarados has Earthquake. So if Milk misses his Thunder here, he dies. And
Yep.
Milk is notorious for
That
missing his
is a
thunders.
very deadly...
But it hit. Milk lives another day. He also took out Cyrus's Crobat
That is a
and
very
Punch Pro,
deadly
and Shrimp
Gyarados.
finished up his Weavile. Cyrus steps aside, and suddenly, it's just me and the Angel of Darkness itself, Giratina.
Giratina. Holy cow. What the hell? Oh, hello, there's two Jades. Okay, then.
I threw the Master Ball. Like that, it was over.
Good choice. It's good choice, especially if you didn't want to run the risk, because Giratina is very, Giratina is a very scary Pokemon. It's got Shadow Force, it's got Ominous Wind, which can raise all of its stats, it's got Dragon Claw. Good choice, especially for a Nuzlocke.
I saved the world. Now to get back to my gym badges. I arrived in Sunny Shore City and started making my way through Volkner's gym. I know he's the 8th gym leader and he's supposed to be tough, and apparently he's depressed because everyone who challenges him isn't good enough and he's bored. But I wasn't concerned. We have Oops, and none of his Pokemon can do anything about it. It's not like they have Giga Drain or anything, right? They didn't, I checked. Oops was just Earthquake and everything, and at the end, I'll admit, I got a bit scared. Okay, don't grin.
Oh, Giga Impact. Oh no, a dangerous move. Oh, well, she didn't get critted. She would have been dead from a crit. See what I mean? For once, she didn't get a crit and she was able to live. If that Giga Impact critted, no more Quagsire. That would have been it.
We're all good. And with that, off to Victory Road we went, where we caught ourselves a Gabite I named Flakes. Would have been nice.
Nice! She got a Gabite! So
Like,
nice. That is a rare encounter. That is a very rare encounter. So in the end, she got her Garchomp.
You know, but whatever. Better late than never. It's good to have just in case something goes horribly wrong out of nowhere.
Staraptor using Brave Bird. Oh no, 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 no! Her Gyarados is gonna die! Staraptor!
No!
Oh, a crit! A freaking critical hit. Staraptor is a powerful bird. Staraptor is like my favorite flying type Pokemon. And Staraptor is insanely powerful. She was dead from a crit there. Oh, that sucks.
Oh dear. And that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
That
After
sucks.
Puppy
She
died,
had that from
I
the very
stepped back
beginning
and
too.
decided the team we go into the Elite Four with needs to be the best possible team we can build. The Elite Four here goes pretty hard, so I couldn't go in
I
willy-nilly
agree. They're
just
pretty
hoping for
tough.
the best. After literally a few hours of calculations and research, I settled on a team I thought would give us the highest possibility.
So her team she's picked is Torterra, Magnezone, Quagsire, Togekiss, Garchomp, and Sizzle. Not a bad selection.
Of winning. I added Flakes to the team in place of Puppy, and with a heavy heart, left Milk and Kronk behind as I brought C the now Magnezone and Colgate the Togekiss I hatched from the eggs Cynthia gave.
You know, I never used the Magnezone, but I have to give mad props to Magnezone. When I used it for the very first time in Ultra Sun, oh, it's so good. It's so good to have.
Even though I was sad to not bring Milk and Kronk into the final
she had to get rid of Crobat and Crobat and Jolteon. Understandable, you know, and they get to live. They don't get to die.
To the team, and I wouldn't have made
and
it this far
they had
without
some
them.
good moments.
I'll see you guys on the other side. I took a step towards the doors of no return and immediately got interrupted by Barry, who wanted.
Oh, Barry, God, I hated that. Like, oh, Barry just coming right at you right as you're about to go into the league. That is like so unexpected.
To have one last fight. Anyway.
Whoa, okay.
Welcome.
I feel like that's gonna be important.
The battle starts and C takes out Aron's Mega and Vesper Quinn. Oops takes out his Rapion and Colgate takes out his Scissor and Heracross. Next up is Bertha.
Oh my God, that was bloody terrifying. Jesus Christ. Jesus, what the frig? Was that? Oh my God, that is a horrifying picture. Jesus, that should be the thumbnail of this video. That is a horrifying pic. Jesus Christ, man. Holy cow. Bloody Rhyperior, like, Jesus. Bloody hell, man.
Bertha loves ground
That
types,
is
but
terrifying.
Turtle Noops had a smooth time smashing through her team. I felt a horrible shiver when her Rhyperior came out, but things went well. On the
Good.
Flint.
Whoa. Oh, jeez.
Flint has a pretty scary team, but luckily Oops and Flakes had no trouble plowing through them as well. And with that, we're on to the last member, Lucian. Now, Shrimp hasn't had much time to shine in these fights so far, so I decided I wanted to let her go all out. She set up sword stances and bullet punched everything. Proud of you, Shrimp.
Wow. She was able to bullet punch a bronze, like, that was a bronze? Like, she had, like Lucian had, like, a bronze on.
Bullet punched everything.
Mr. Mime, Espeon, Alakazam, Gallade, and a Bronzong. She was able to friggin' destroy a Bronzong. That's a steel type. Man, that's impressive.
Proud of you, Shrimp. And
I
suddenly,
love Swords Dance, I guess.
the entrance to the champion. The trainer who's been known to crush dreams in a single battle, and many still fear to this day. I took a deep breath.
Oh, Cynthia is such
Things
a
are going
dangerous
surprisingly
champion.
well, and I don't know how to feel about it. But I looked up, and there she was.
Cynthia's a dangerous champion. I know some people may say Leon is really tough, but I still say Cynthia is the most scary one.
At this
of them
moment,
all.
I have only one last
Mainly
objective:
because of her Garchomp.
defeat Cynthia. She leads with Spiritomb, which has no weaknesses, so I sent out Turt to hit it as hard as possible. Flakes takes out her Togekiss, and then her Garchomp comes out. This is known to be one of the toughest boss Pokemon in the entire franchise.
Oh yeah,
and rightfully
Garchomp.
so.
Oh
That
man,
thing
this
was made
thing's
by Satan
terrifying.
himself, and I'm sure even he fears what he has created. I immediately switched to Oops, who's the only Pokemon that can lead us to victory here. I planned to put it to sleep with Yawn, and then Ice Beam it until it died. That was our only hope. But then, Oops was crit. And That was it. Nothing on my team can
got
take a
crit
hit from this
again.
monster. And even if they could,
She's lost
do much
all of her
damage
Pokemons
back.
due
I
to
sat there in
crit. I
disbelief,
think that's
knowing
so
there wasn't anything I
unfair.
could
That
have
is
done.
so
And
unlucky
the
that
battle
all
is
of her deaths
basically
have been because
unwinnable
of
now.
crits.
I brought out Shrimp to bullet punch it so we could get in a little bit of damage, but she was killed. Colgate tried to chip away at it. He did some damage too, but was crit one shot. At this point,
got critted
I had
again. Bloody
accepted
hell.
defeat. Only Turt, C, and Flakes were left. It's hopeless at this point. Flakes came out, and against all odds, Flakes outsped Cynthia's Garchomp.
Nice.
I didn't think he could do it. He was 2 levels weaker, and I don't know. I just didn't think he could.
Speed IVs. Look at that. Like, killing Ponyta's, gave her the speed advantage. Now, I never really looked into these when I played these, because I never really looked into IVs and EVs, but that is very interesting. Her Gabite was like killing Ponyta's, and she was like gaining speed IVs from it. Nice. If she didn't do that, her Garchomp probably would have been screwed. But you know what? That's good.
He could outspeed it. Suddenly, there was a chance. We could win this after all. Cynthia brings out her Milotic, which C took out with a few Thunderbolts. Flakes took out the Lucario with Dig. Look, my Earthquake TM is on Scoop, and we all know what happened there. Finally, the last Pokemon comes out. Rosary. Flakes went in for the Dragon Claw, and the battle is over.
Congratulations.
As
Good
Cynthia's
job.
congratulating me, a sudden feeling of overwhelming guilt washes over my entire body. So intense it almost knocks me down. I don't think I deserve this. Something here isn't right. This wasn't meant for me. Back in the distortion world when Giratina split me in two, how do I know I'm me? What happened in the other timeline where I saw glimpses of what happened parallel to this world, that was me too. Those things happened. Was that the ending I'm destined to have? The world I'm living in now is how I want things to be, but the other Jaiden is equally me as I am her. Even if you might think I deserve this dimension, things don't work like that. Are there some things you can't escape, even when you try everything you can do to alter it? I don't know the answer. I may be able to sit on this throne now and thank all the Pokemon that put in everything to help me get here. All the hard work, blood, sacrifices we made, but I don't think I can ever accept this victory. I don't know what ending was meant for me, and I don't think I ever will.
That is really sad. So, here's the thing. I didn't watch her stream, obviously, so I didn't have the biggest idea what went down, other than the obvious cutscenes we saw. Now, those little flashes we saw along with the right period and stuff. And when she mentioned that that has happened, so she basically said she lost the first time. So there was an alternate reality where she lost. And so basically what happened, if you guys know the rules of a Nuzlocke, the rules of a Nuzlocke are super simple. If all your Pokemon faint, your run is over. You lose the Nuzlocke. That's the rules. And so because she lost, she decided she must have chosen to just restart her run from the Elite Four, and in her second run she actually won. Now some people can look at this and say, well, that's not how it works, and she knew, and that's what I mean. Like, I feel like she knew it was illegal to just restart from the Elite Four. She knew that. She knew it was illegal. That's why she felt like she didn't deserve the win. That's why she felt like she didn't deserve the win, because she knows she lost. She knows she lost, and she decided to restart, which is how she did the alternate timeline. where she'd see flashes of Togekiss dead to Stone Edge, the Rhyperior holding Quagsire and Garchomp, and her 3 remaining Pokemon being burnt to a crisp by the fire types, because she knew her run was done. And honestly, I'm fine with her doing that. I'm fine with her doing that. I thought it was. I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. But overall, the animation is really good. The storytelling is fantastic. I really did enjoy it. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say. And I really did enjoy it. It was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this little reaction. Once again, I will put a link of the video in the description down below so you guys can check it out yourselves if you guys really want to. It's a very popular video. A lot of people liked it. So if you guys did enjoy this reaction, hit that thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I will see you in the next video.